Just because it says church doesn't mean it's a house of God. Cults are real, and a lot of them have choir robes and offering buckets. Here are 5 signs that your church might be a cult. Sign number 1, you're taught that leaving the church means leaving God. I've talked about this many times before. If this is what is taught in your church, even if they don't come out and say it, if it's even implied, that is a sign that you are a part of a cult. Sign number 2, the pastor is untouchable. No one can correct them, no one can question them, and no one is allowed to hold them accountable. Now, I know some of you don't like the fact that they, some certain pastors or leaders, prophets, whatever, have security. I'm all for that. I'm all for that because people are crazy. It just is what it is, okay? So that's not what I'm talking about. But if they can't be corrected, if they can't be sat down, if they can't be held accountable, they can just do what they want to do without question. That's another sign. Sign number 3, another thing I dealt with growing up. You are discouraged from listening to other preachers or attending other ministries. Let me tell you something. Now, you have to have discernment. You have to walk in the discerning of spirits, okay? Even when it comes to your pastor. But if you are taught that your pastor is the only one that's right, their ministry is the only one that's right, you shouldn't be going to other churches. They bash people that don't have the name apostolic or Pentecostal in it. If it doesn't have that name in the church title, then they're going to hell. Baby, let me tell you, just for those that don't know me, Lord, I almost said the name of the church I grew up in, Jesus. For those of you that don't know me, apostolic was in the name of my church title. And baby, I have stories, okay? So you can't go by that. But if they encourage you and they look down on you when you are listening to other preachers or you want to go to church with your friends or whatever, that is a sign cult. They just want to keep you in the box. Sign number 4, members who leave are slandered, excommunicated, and cursed from the pulpit. Now, I dealt with some indirect stuff over the pulpit while I was there and after I left. Also, if the people just automatically stop talking to you, they're supposed to be your friend. They love you so much, but when you leave the church, they can't communicate with you anymore. And if so, nobody can know it. I think I've told you before about how this lady that's old enough to be my mother ended up messaging me and said, don't tell anybody, but I read your Facebook post. This was years ago. I read your Facebook post and they really blessed me, but please don't tell anybody. Girl, how you scared? You a grandma. How are you scared? And you don't want anybody to know that you're blessed by my ministry. That is wild, but that's how it goes. I remember too, another time I came back to the national conference and someone who I used to be really close friends with, I spoke to her and she walked by me. We were close. You couldn't say hello back. That is so weird. That is weird. And it's cult. Sign number 5, you're encouraged to suffer in silence instead of speaking up about abuse. You're just told, shh, be quiet. Don't tell anybody. We know. Did you tell anybody? Don't say anything. So I'm being abused. And you're telling me not to say nothing? Nothing? You're telling me not to say nothing. And I'm physically being abused. Honey, a real shepherd points you to Jesus, not themselves. If this sounds familiar, it's time for you to come out from among them. Many of these cults are just emotional prisons with Bibles on the shelves. Spiritual trauma often comes from places where we thought we were safe in. And I know I'm smiling or I may appear to be joking, but I am so serious. The reason why I can laugh and smile about this now is because I'm free and I forgave for real. But baby, let me tell you, nothing that I dealt with was funny. Nothing. And I'm going to share it in Wolves and Collars. June 21st, I only opened up 25 seats. Don't come if you're just trying to get tea. Come if you're trying to get healed. Come if you're trying to become free. Come if you're trying to get delivered for real. Okay? If you feel like you're under a spell, I'm here to tell you it's not just in your head. This class is going to open your eyes and break the tie. Link in my bio.